Practicing your upcoming presentation is going to help you tighten up your content and refine your delivery skills. But people don't practice. They say to themselves, it takes too long. I don't have enough time. Going over it in my head is going to be good enough. It stresses me. Rehearsing aloud is going to make me sound canned. Don't overcomplicate things. Practice is not only simple, it's essential. Hi, my name is Michael and I'm with Lighthouse Communications. In today's video, 5 tips for how to practice your upcoming presentation. Tip number 1, practice loud. Start by saying what you've written so far so you can start to hear how it sounds. The more times you say it aloud, the more familiar you're going to become with the content. Keep this in mind. If you get frustrated because you think you need to stick to the script, memorizing a script word for word is a strategy that's best used for high-stakes presentations like a TED Talk or a video presentation. You can consult the script 3 or 4 times, but after that, you've just got to move on. If you find yourself sounding canned during practice, this is what experienced speakers call the awkward valley. When you push through to the 6th or 7th round, that's when you're going to start to sound authentic. It's because the content in your presentation is moving from your short-term memory to your long-term memory. Tip number 2, test out content with friends, family, and colleagues. Now, they're not going to want to hear your entire presentation, most likely, and they could get lost during the part where you explain the snippet of code or the bar chart. But the story or analogy that you use to explain the higher level concept or the denser, more technical information, that will interest people. The next time you are going for a walk with family or you're at dinner with friends, tell them that you're doing a presentation at work or school and that you'd like to test out some content with them. Tell them the story or analogy and see if it makes sense to them. Tip number 3, mark up your script. Increase the font size of the main idea, underline key points, and put in all caps key words. When you do this, you start to think about how to vocally deliver your presentation. For example, if you have a confidence monitor, use this marked up script to help you remember to sound more lively, more conversational during your presentation. Tip number 4, practice with a clicker for slide deck presentations. Because if you don't, on the day of the presentation, you might forget to advance a slide. Don't let this happen to you. Learn from my mistake. One of the first big presentations that I ever did was in front of 50 geneticists, and I got tunnel vision. I was going through the bullet points in my head and completely forgot about the slideshow behind me. When I came to, I quickly clicked through 3 slides, and then the person in the front row, she raised her hand and she asked, "What are we skipping over?" My suggestion, face an imaginary audience when you practice. Don't face the computer. Tip number 5, record yourself using your phone. Hands down, this is the fastest way to improve your presentation. Listen to yourself as you're driving to work or answering emails. Learn the content by listening to yourself and also check for emphasis, check for pacing. How does it sound? Watch yourself and look for facial expressions and gestures. Do they distract from your presentation or do they reinforce your content? I get it. Watching and listening to yourself is not easy, but it gets easier every time you do it. I'm the one who is editing the video that you're watching right now. I see my bad habits. I'm aware of them and I can do them less moving forward. Now that you have my 5 tips, how to get started, put time in the calendar and stick to your schedule even as work piles on. If you want to improve, you've got to carve out this time for yourself. Spend less time stressing, more time practicing. To help others find this content, click like, share, and subscribe.